was us against the world. What we were attempting to do was pay the nation's top producers better. That put me on the hate list of every other real estate company.
The brokers did not like the idea of making the agents the heroes of the organization.
We figured that the agent was doing all the work and taking most of the risk, and yet only getting half of the compensation.
A high commission split was a big part of what we had going for us in the beginning. The advantage of that was that you would attract the full-time, experienced producers in the business.
RE/MAX was an agent-centric company right from the get-go.
RE/MAX has always been that pioneer. We basically taught agents how to promote themselves.
It was revolutionary. It was different than the way real estate had ever been done in the past.
The first month, I took over 1,000 phone calls, 204 face-to-face interviews, and 4 people signed up. You kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince, and they call me Wart Lips.
I remember going to sell my first franchise, and this gentleman looked at me and he said, "Son, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard of."
And the whole industry was knocking us and telling us that we were nothing but a bunch of cowboys and yahoos. And we went to the Colorado Association of Realtors convention, and so we passed out red, white, and blue pens, and it said 100% in the center, "I up mine, now up yours."
We weren't liked very well, let's just put it that way. But we became respected because of the fact that the numbers that we were doing, the quality of the agent, the integrity of the agents that we were bringing on. We evolved, and what happened was we coalesced around one image.
We had 2 owners of the RE/MAX franchise in Albuquerque, and the Albuquerque Balloon Festival was just taking off.
So they wanted to do a RE/MAX balloon. At the same time, regional owners had a meeting in Chicago, and we looked up at the TV, and there's the RE/MAX balloon.
Nobody wanted it as a logo. It was just, isn't that cute, our balloon's up in the air.
We hated that balloon. We said, what in the world does a balloon have to do with real estate? And we were proven wrong about that because we had a slogan set above the crowd, and it perfectly described not only the balloon, but our agents. We had the top people in the industry.
We took a kind of a silly little symbol and turned it into this massive icon of what professional real estate is supposed to be about.
The early days of the company were fraught with a lot of financial difficulties.
We had to sell a franchise in order to make payroll. We had to sell another franchise in order to pay the rent.
It was just an absolutely terrible market.
In 1980, we lucked out and sold to 2 extraordinary business people, Frank Polsler and Walter Snyder.
Of course, we were extremely impressed. They showed us the best of the best, and we thought we could repeat that in Ontario.
We thought there was a great opportunity in the marketplace for this type of brand and this type of business model.
Dave looked at my financial statements and he said, "Frank, you're broke." I said, "We'll make it work."
If an accountant would have made this decision to sell us the franchise, we wouldn't be here today.
They convinced us that they could do the job, and they totally turned the company around.
Frank and Walter understood franchising. They fell in love with our concept. They opened the entire European continent for us, and overnight they revolutionized our company.